And welcome to another episode of the Albino Rhino Cooler Review. We have this cooler right here. I've heard a lot about it over the last few years. I've just never gone around and bought it. This is Georgian Bay's Gin Smash. Now, there is a Georgian Bay Brewing Company up in Georgian Bay, but this is the Georgian Bay Spirits Company in Toronto. This is 5% alcohol. It says a refreshing blend of Georgian Bay gin, lemon, lime, tangerine, and mint. Lightly carbonated, not too sweet. Gin beverage. I like gin, so I'm excited about this. My two liquors of choice are basically any type of whiskey, though I prefer Scotch over the others. I would probably go, say, Scotch, rye, bourbon, Kentucky whiskey would probably be the way I would go down that list. But whiskey and gin are my two choices. I'm not a big vodka fan at all. I dislike tequila, and I'm not a huge fan of rum either. I have a lot of rum back in the bar, but that's for guests, not for me. I'm a whiskey and a gin guy. I have a bunch of different gins, and I have a bunch of whiskeys. So yeah, I'm excited about this. I've heard great things about it. Let's look over here first. The perfect cocktail. Simply pour over ice or enjoy straight from the can. Serve cold. Well, we're not actually following. It's kind of cool. Since I had the new baby and I blocked the air duct for down here so that he got more. My ducting is weird, and the duct to go to the kids' room does more turns than it's actually supposed to do if you follow building code. It's not supposed to have as many turns in it as it does, because it has what? It's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 5 or 6 turns in it. No, it would be 6 because yeah. So there's 6 turns in it. I think it's only supposed to have like 3. So he does not get the pressure he really needs. And I'm like, you know what? The only thing that's down here is me and my movies and stuff. I can turn some of the heat off down here and deal with that. It's gonna suck in the summer when I want him to get the cool air. I might put a little hole in my cover that I put in for this then. So this is actually kind of the right temperature that I would personally like. Not warm and not cold. It is cool to the touch, and that's what I'd want. Ingredients. Sorry it's taking so long. I ramble sometimes, right? Ingredients: carbonated water, gin, sugar, citric acid, natural flavor, potassium sorbate, sodium benzoate, and color. So, your tangerine, your lime, your mint, and all that, all done in ways that I'm not 100% a fan of. And then you have your sodium benzoate and your potassium bicarbonate to work as preservatives and bonding agents and other such things. And color, this must have been crystal clear. That must have been it. If they added color to this, yeah, they added color to this. This must have been crystal clear, and they didn't want people to think they were drinking water, is what it came down to. So they put that in it so that you couldn't hide it as well. It kind of has that slightly cloudy look that, say, taking, not quite to the same extent, but taking ice and I can't even think of it right now. It's black licorice. It's Zambuca. Ice and Zambuca, and shaking it and then serving it to somebody. That's a little thicker, but it has that same kind of look to it. That slightly filmy look. Scent. Oh, that smells fucking amazing. It smells fucking amazing. You know what? This actually reminds me of UFOs. I used to drink UFOs all the time. And the greatest thing about UFOs was nobody could taste alcohol in it. It was like 7% alcohol. It basically tasted like Sprite. And I remember a lot of times a cop would tell me I was drinking alcohol and I'd say no, and he would take a sip out of my bottle and be like, okay, you don't have alcohol, and give it back to me. And this reminds me exactly of it. That was lightly carbonated as well. But yeah, I smell lemon, I smell lime, I smell sweetness. Get a little touch of citrus. I don't pick up any mint on the nose. And the citrus, I think I'm only smelling because it says there's orange, well, tangerine in there. Let's try it. Cheers. Oh my god, this is good. Oh my god, this is good. It actually reminds me of the UFO, but with orange. I'd say orange. I don't think I would pick out tangerine per se. I don't think there's. I don't remember there being huge flavor differences between the normal navel oranges and stuff we get here and just a tangerine. But basically, it tastes like a UFO with mint and tangerine. And I think that's basically in there with the color so that kids can't get away with drinking it anymore. It almost gives off a slightly black licorice flavor, a very slightly anise-like flavor, anisette type of flavor. But I think that's either the mixture of all of them or the color making me think of fucking Zambuca. But you drink it. Light carbonation, okay maybe, but I'd say it's about on par with any soda pop. You get your lemon and lime and your sweetness. And then as the lemon and lime and sweetness are fading away, the mint and the orange come out. I put this on ice, make this cold as hell, and this would be to die for. Like, there's nothing at all wrong with this. There's no alcohol flavor. There's no nothing. This stuff could just go down. And yes, it is sweetened with sugar, and yes, it has all these. It has potassium sorbate and sodium benzoate in it, so you could get a hangover off of this, but I don't think you'd get the same hangover you'd get off of, say, like Mike's Hard Lemonade or Smirnoff Ice or anything like that. And I don't know which one you'd rather have. Those ones are much more effervescent and more in your face with the flavor, where this is more laid back. And even though it's not actually natural, it tastes more natural. It tastes like it was mixed by a good, well, at least a semi-talented mixologist. I like this. I like this a lot. This is nice. I remember that I was being told that this was coming into LCBOs and people were buying it by the caseload as it showed up, so nobody could get it. And I can kind of see why. It's a nice little cooler. And like I said, ice cold, that would fly down my throat. Out of 10 on that, I'm going to give that a 9. I really like it. I don't fully like the mixture of the mint and the orange in the back end. And like I said, I think that's there so that you can't pretend it's something that it isn't. Because there is no alcohol smell and there is no alcohol taste. So once this is poured into something, you could try and fight that it's just a soda pop. But those two flavors do make it just a little off. And I think that's where you're going to lose your argument that it's not alcoholic, because it just has that slight taste that reminds me of actual normal coolers and stuff. However, ice cold, it might not even have that flavor. I don't know. And I don't care. I'm not going to drink things ice cold. I don't like to drink things ice cold. That's my perception. You guys can drink your stuff however you want to drink it. That's perfectly fine. I'm not going to fault you on it. But if you're over here with me, it's not ice cold. Not going to happen. Chris had to get used to it, so do you. Thank you guys for watching. Have a wonderful evening. I'm going to drink the rest of this as I watch some TV. Georgian Bay Gin Smash. Bye, guys.